Yo! Hey guys! Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing fine. Hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful day. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Today shout out goes to Emilia. Hey, Emilia. Thank you for supporting. Hey, Emilia. Thank you for supporting. Thank you. So today we're back with more faker videos. Actually, the last time, did I read the whole info? We're starting here from the second, okay. And the second video will be a story on how Faker and T1 won 2024 World Championship. And we will sometimes hear the player name and their position. So this is what T1 24 roster. Alright. Top, or then there's bracket lane. Top lane is Zeus. And then jungle is Honor. And then mid. And then there's mid lane is Faker. And then bot or B or T lane, aka AD carry, Gumayusi. Then we got support is Carrier. Says of enjoy. Right, let's go. How Faker beats NOL. Apparently it has a lot of huge fandom in South Korea. Like League of Legends, a lot of people play. I've seen Jin talking about it.
T1 has just won another World Championship tournament. This isn't their second, third, or fourth time. This is now T1's 5th year where they have stood on the world stage and lifted the Summoners Cup. Most pro players dream of winning Worlds, even just one time, and most will never achieve it. Now imagine being a player, the only player on that same team who was on that stage for all 5 of those wins. That player is Faker, with his most recent win being 11 years after his first win on the world stage. Faker, on his own as an individual, has more world titles than any region, if you don't count T1's wins in LCK's total. This also means that the LCK now has 3 times as many Worlds wins as the next closest region. Faker, after collecting his 5th Worlds win, will now also have more skins in League dedicated to him than 62 champions have in total. This Worlds win will introduce his 8th skin, with his 9th being a Prestige Edition skin for the MVP award. T1's legacy overall is ridiculous. Of the 10 players who have won multiple World Championships, 9 of them have been a part of T1 at some point, Beryl being the only person who was not, and Duke having one of his 2 wins being while on T1. How is it that Faker is able to stand above the rest? Almost always cited as one of the best players that will ever touch the game. How has he managed to have a higher win rate at Worlds than most players could even hope to have in solo queue? T1 as a team is legendary. Let me make that very clear. Every player is important to the success of the team, and they all have cemented their names permanently as some of the best of all time. This is likely the best roster in League's history. This specific roster made it to Worlds Finals 3 times back-to-back and won 2 of them in a row. The final 2 games of T1 versus BLG were some of the best that they had ever played, and Faker really showed how much he deserves his titles, especially the title of the unkillable Demon King.
You see, he doesn't have a life. Ah, he's dodging. Gumayusi, the way he was going.
This video is going to focus on the story of T1 at Worlds 2024, focusing on Faker in honor of him receiving MVP at Worlds.
Your 2024 Oppo MVP.
For the 2nd time. In Worlds 2024, T1 went from a 4th seed team to being world champions. They only barely made it to Worlds off a 3-2 victory against KT. The final two series of Worlds 2024 would both turn out to be record-setting events. T1 versus Gen G would be the most watched non-finals match in League of Legends history. This also placed it among the top 5 most watched esports events of all time. This was obviously a heavily anticipated match, with Faker facing off against Chovy. When people talk about who the best player in League is, Chovy is a very strong candidate. It's no surprise this match would have record-breaking viewership and be one of the most viewed matches in League's history.
They were pushed to the edge, but they were built for these situations. They were built
That's
for victory. They were built to win.
So yeah, well, they even get wrist pains, they say. Some even retire because of the wrist. Something happened with the wrist. I'll read the comments later.
초비 선수 미래를 원한다면 증명하세요.
The series overall was incredible, but the ending was nothing short of poetic. It was the final match, 32 minutes in, with both teams around mid lane. Owner got caught by an Ash arrow, and Keen on Poppy flashed in on Faker, stunning him against the wall. This situation might give you flashbacks to something you've seen before. That's because 7 years ago, during the final series of Worlds 2017, in this exact spot, this is what happened in T1's match against Samsung Galaxy. I just covered this in a video about the Ardent Sensor meta, so if you watch my videos, you remember what happened here very well. Ruler caught Faker with a flash ult on Varus, just like how Keen caught Faker with a flash E on Poppy. In 2017, this catch led to one of the most devastating losses in League of Legends history, with T1 losing Worlds and Faker losing in the final series of Worlds for the first time. In 2024, in this exact same spot, it seemed like history was repeating itself. This time would be different. T1 fought back.
Wow. No more running.
T1 managed to beat Gen G, which is a team that Samsung Galaxy eventually rebranded to after being acquired by KSV. In a post-game interview, Faker said, "I think Chovy played very well. Given how talented he is, I'm confident he will win Worlds someday." It says a lot about Faker that even after all of his achievements, he's still humble and shows a lot of respect for his opponents. I really can't think of much higher praise than Faker himself telling you that he thinks that you will win Worlds someday. Out of everyone who could possibly say that, he's easily the most qualified. The series was incredible, and as mentioned, it set a record for the most viewers of any non-finals match in League history. The grand final series, though, T1 versus BLG, would set a record for the most watched esports event of all time. Not just in League history, but in esports history, with almost 7 million viewers. And it definitely earned that record. Going into the series, BLG had never lost a best-of-5 series against T1. They had played 3 times, once at MSI 2023 and twice at MSI 2024. BLG won every time. T1, on the other hand, had never lost a best-of-5 against an LPL team at Worlds, ever. In a pre-match interview, BLG Bin said, "T1 has a 100% win rate against LPL at Worlds in best-of-5s. That's only because they haven't faced us yet." Later in that same interview, he said, "You could say T1 always beats LPL teams at Worlds, but I don't care, because our win rate against T1 in best-of-5s is 100%. I think tomorrow we will also have a very easy time winning. We will 3-0 them." The unstoppable force was meeting the immovable object, and one of those records had to be broken.
These 5 games of glory, I hope, as we get into game 1 here. Elk and Han, look at Gumayushi Knight coming in from the side as well, and the abscond act up. Gumayushi still holding on to that flash down, locks him up, he flashes the ignite, and BLG strike first.
The first kill of the series happened at the 1-minute mark. BLG got first blood on Gumayushi and his flash. It's worth mentioning here that BLG would end up with first blood in every single game of this series. T1 fell behind early due to some early ganks from Jun Skarner and were forced to give up early objectives. There was a play by Zayas that eventually evened out the game, where he was faced 2v1 with BLG's bot lane.
They tried to stagger that CC as well to keep the bot down as long as possible. Zayas should be fine.
Hold an ambulance! Hold an ambulance!
Unfortunately, 200 HP to work with. Now that's nothing. Sent back to the fountain.
The game evened out enough for the teams to trade Dragon and Herald, rather than T1 having to give up even more objectives. At this point, they were down around 2,000 gold, but were caught out while pushing down mid lane.
TP playing now, they're behind in terms of TP. The arrow connects mid.
Able to walk away for now. Shadowing Strike will get the stun, and Magnus Sword coming in as well as POG look to collapse. Already they've locked up T1 in the middle of the meat grinder, and one has gone down. Zayas falls. Baker getting chased down as well, and Ben's flashing forward. Baker will manage to dash across towards the red pit, but Yumayushi does not have that same luxury.
BLG were able to take 2 towers with Herald and reset. T1 would never really recover from the gold difference after that fight. The snowball continued into a victory for BLG, which also included a solo kill of Faker by Knight.
It's just, he's spectacular. Baker's trying to get away from Knight, but the Knight wants the throne, and Baker's been pushed off it.
BLG have steamrolled T1 here in game 1.
The match ended 3-17, with BLG starting the series off with a strong win. Game 2 featured Kyria's 83% win rate Renata versus On's 73% Rakan, and started with another first blood on Gumayushi, at almost the exact same time in the exact same spot. It was another pretty rough early game for T1. Zayas got chunked out early in the laning phase, which led to a quick early tower dive.
Level 1, it's about 1 minion away from level 2, so 2 tower shots should be enough to tick him over. On here, it's level 2 of his own, Shun coming in as well to bolster this attack. Zayas underneath the tower, able to flash away, gets the double knockup, and look at On, he's about to be turned off! On goes down, Shun almost falls through, escapes that final tower attack.
Immediately after, there was a huge play in top lane that involved both mid laners rotating.
On here, Gumayushi here as well. On just trying to shepherd bin in towards the tower. You can actually see Knight using the TP here. Guma still no flash, no claims. The Grand Engine's going to get the knockup. Knight flashes across the wall. Shield is wrapped with an upper sword. But he's doing a lot of work. Guma's going to
Getting attacked by him.
BLG
and I need to play.
And he wraps a Drew and Knight. Now Baker joins the party. A handshake from Carrier. This one bin did not want to touch.
Go! What a comeback.
And just a few minutes after that, T1 dove top lane 5v4, giving them an even bigger lead.
Carrier and Gumayushi pushing through the wave now. Paranoia coming out, call of the fourth goal is stopped. Zayas dashing forward, the shield is around for the taunt, blocked by Ona. The knockup coming out as well as BLG trying desperately to the man, the hero's entrance, cancelled as T1 fight 2.
When fighting over Rift Herald, Faker teleported straight to his team without a reset, while Knight took the reset, then teleported. This led to a situation that looked a little risky for T1.
I mean, the important thing here is Faker didn't reset before TPing in, so he's at half HP. Does have the quickness stolen away. The Scuttle will go across, On goes in with the quickness, knocked back with the Crescent Guard as well. Call the but coming down, the dark comes in, the hostile takeover, just possesses BLG. It's 2 already, the hero's entrance, a swift exit, back to the fountain for Knight, and T1 clean up the fight.
It's just a bloody brilliant re-engage, isn't it, from T1?
T1 would have a huge lead for the rest of the game, and Zayas landed a beautiful Ornalt, pushing their lead even further. BLG eventually tried to catch Faker split pushing. Owner immediately ulted in 2v3 to back up Faker, with Kyria rotating as well. And Faker would show exactly how he got his title as the unkillable Demon King.
TP now invested from Ben, or the Knight is able to rejoin the fight out, goes down, On follows suit, and T1 have been able to defend Faker.
T1 had even up the score, but they were to have some of the toughest and closest games of their entire careers. In the draft for Game 3, On surprised everyone with a Blitzcrank pick, the first and only of the entire tournament. First blood in this game was Owner getting collapsed on by both laners, giving Bin a nice lead to start with. Game 3 had many early losses by T1, and they would slowly bleed out as the game went on. By the 23-minute mark, BLG had a 10,000 gold lead, and there was nothing T1 could do.
Forcing T1 to make their final stand in this game. Owner goes in with a bolt break, hooked in as well, the 6 and assist. Silence, Oliver stolen away, and entrance is followed by a second, but it looks like Baker's more like Icarus than any hero taking to the skies. Night pulls a stopwatch, T1 go pop. Zayas locked up towards the top side, already 4 for North the BLG, as they are looking to take us to match point.
BLG were now 1 win away from a world's title, and T1 had to find a way to win the next 2 games. Luckily for T1, Baker apparently scales with pressure, because his performance during these next 2 games were some of the best of his entire career, and some of the best league matches anyone has ever seen. With that said, the game started with Faker forgetting to buy items. Zayas once again was towered out early by 4 people, and this time he didn't go 1 for 1.
What about now? Zayas gets the level 2 underneath the tower, flashes away from the grand entrance, but the damage continues to rain down from Bincham, tanking the tower. Zayas gets a bailout carrier, keeps him alive for the moment.
So they communicate with each other.
Though a BLG can look for a redive if they so decide to. Zayas taken down. Bin flashes away.
And not only that, just over 1 minute later,
Actually calling Shin over back to the bottom side once again.
5 o'clock, the grand entrance goes down. Zayas is overheated, and he's sent back in BLG by their second.
despite this, Zayas was still up 300 gold and 2 levels against Bin, which is probably why, 1 minute after that, another rotation toward bot lane.
Once again, a little bit overstepped here in the bottom side. Bin jumps in, hops on, and Minion takes the highway express to get towards this Rumble, who goes overheated. Flames better going down, but Zayas is going to go back to the voting again. No escape for him. He tries to clear the wave, but in the end, he will be put in the ground by Bin. BLG now 3-0 up, a 700 gold lead, only 6 minutes into this game.
Despite T1 being down in gold, they were still able to get Void Grubs and an early dragon. 10 minutes in, Baker saw an opportunity and went for a solo kill on Elf.
Elf doesn't sidestep. Baker dashing forward for a little bit more damage, using that acid to its full effect. Steals away during a Inferno, but Elf has the flash and he takes the tower.
Wow.
This is hot season for Baker in the top lane.
And then again, in the mid-game, Baker saw another opening.
Baker still here?
Take a look for that flank. We'll seal away between this one on.
Airborne, Miguel. Yo, you killed a lot of people.
This led to an immediate Baron from T1. Zayas sacrificed himself once more so that his team could get out.
Zayas will sacrifice himself for the good of his team.
They immediately used Baron to split push top and bot lane, which led to another incredible play.
Baker's taken out the tier 2 in the top lane. Shun goes into the glacial prison. On there with the follow-up cameo though. An incredible hostile takeover. Puts on in his place. Owen attacking the tower. Glacial prison all the way by Baker. Into the back line. Who else but Baker again in the end he falls. Bakura is making Shun look like a pink cushion. Not forced to flash away. Out trying to put the damage out as well. He won't land it.
Viewers were treated to an absolute show by Faker for the rest of this match.
That was used, carrying flash handshake, pulls back out. Baker trying to get the quickness off the back like Yushi, and they would open up quite yet. Been doing the damage onto Owen as well, but already Elk is down to 300 HP. On the top side, Shun is down. Into the mid lane, as that mega inferno bomb is going to get onto Owen. They've been able to dodge to the side of it. 3,000 HP now on the Baron as BLG advance. T1 have already got the Baron, though, and BLG now have to begin to retreat, but the damage coming out from Elk is absolutely massive. Baker carries it right to big grand entrance.
Jump on him! It's like it teleports. You wonder how they charge.
Towards this blue side bin now. On the wrong side of the rift, this
He's going for big BLG bin. When he catches you lucky, you cannot protect yourself. I wonder what technique he uses. You end up trying to run and he kills you. You got those chains, bro.
With the the series 2-2 and everything on the line, T1 had to perform. In Game 4, Faker really stepped up, and his performance on Galio in Game 5 will go down as some of the best in his career. In 2017, Galio was one of Faker's main picks, and is often seen as one of his best. When he locked it in, the reactions from viewers said it all. Finn, Knight, and Zeus were all also playing champions that they were very comfortable playing.
One last time we go to
like everyone has their own characters, so you can't use Faker's character.
One more time, we see these titans on the rift.
Just a couple of minutes into the game, Faker had been trading with Knight and tried to get a flash E to secure first blood. He ended up missing, and Faker was now stuck laning without flash.
First move, Faker in attack. Has no clash.
Oh, he has to like this
There's the charm as well. And Faker might fall first in the finals or the finals. Knight gets the kill. PLG find first blood.
Only 6 minutes into the game, there would be a full 10-man 5v5 team fight in top lane River.
TV coming downstairs as well as T1 are bringing all members up towards the top side. Faker has the hero's entrance coming from mid. On looks to the engage flash. T1 disengaged for the moment. Owner jumping back in. There's the hero's entrance. Kevin gets the slamming to the wall. It's on. Almost falls. He gets punched by Faker. And now Bin and Shun have to escape. But Zeus does not want to let them get away. The explosive cast knocks them back in the end. T1 will win the fight.
This series
Up to now, have you seen Faker 9?
focus on grubs. In the game number 5, all 10 players show up.
They set up for the grubs extremely well. And BOG got all guard.
You feel that, man?
When they lost, you know.
That is a win
Once
for
or twice.
T1 fans.
Oh, carrying on the good set last person. TV coming in from BLG as they look
There he
to
comes.
make the play. Spirit forward
Carrier.
by Knight, holding the charm, doesn't get stunned. The charm hits Carrier.
Oh, Carrier's gone. Hey, oh, nice gone. Ah, we are Muslim. Had to run.
And just as we talk about him, he makes the play happen. 3 kills now for Knight. Ping's coming down from the side of T1 of the bot side jungle.
There's lines on Shadow Strike going in the crash down as well. Been looking for
When you get you stunned, you can't fight back.
28 minutes into the last match of the series, the game was pretty even. There was a slight 1,500 gold lead in T1's favor, as well as a 2-dragon advantage.
How exciting is it that our entire year of professional League of Legends is going to be condensed down to presumably a big fight now to break open the entire series and determine the world champions.
It's just absurd for the players down there as well. That weight on your shoulders.
I'm nervous and I'm not even playing.
It's just monumental. It's not just you, it's not just your team, it's your fans, it's your family, it's your region that have supported you through thick and thin. And
It's not just you
Very
playing
close,
there.
yeah.
pressure on you, Sharon Strike going wide. Sharon tries to dash across the wall, but immediately he's locked up, goes in with the catapult, and Yushi pops the feather storm. Overlook the re-engage onto Onsha, down to half HP. Then gets onto the back line, Yushi practices the right line. It's already put him in the
Bro, why they came to run like that?
T1, they would back away for the moment.
At this moment, T1 was in a 3v4 situation. It looked like their dream was coming to an end, and that it would be BLG lifting the Summoners Cup as the 2024 World Champions. As T1 retreated, Bin saw his chance to teleport behind them, blocking them in. Their back was against the wall, and it looked like the run was over for T1.
다들 결승 진출 축하하고 아빠가 현장에 없지만 한국에서 열심히 응원하고 있어. 이제 딱 한 걸음 남았네.
If there's one thing that Faker has proved though, it's that he scales with pressure. With their back against the wall and nowhere to run, Faker flashed in.
Oh, they go again! Faker flashes in, and down goes Knight! Once again, when you need someone, when you need anyone to stand up,
BLG Elk is running. Faker's coming for you.
Yo!
Getting goosebumps for this. What? at the people going crazy.
The hero's entrance was true to its name.
What did he do? What was that for?
T1 turned the fight in their favor.
The crowd may be heavy, but it belongs to Faker.
Faker's call to go in 3v4 and his aggressive flash taunt was nothing short of a game-winning play. This is one of my favorite plays of all time, and seeing Faker E through the Zonia stasis to catch Elk was the cherry on top. The casters were barely able to get through the replay of the fight because just 1 minute later, Zeus was cut out of place 1v4 in top lane.
Channel time at T1 strike. What is that? Topside Zeus under fire.
Kiria, Gumayushi, and Owner were all nowhere close. They were completely unable to help from the mid lane. This looked like another brutal situation for T1. Zeus had no way out, and there was no way for T1 to even the odds, except for one factor. Faker was in ult range, and in the most high-stakes, high-pressure situation possible, he refused to abandon Zeus, ulting in 2 versus 4 with the World Championship title on the line.
Scored out going to by LPOG, perhaps in 4 members strong, the heroes entrance.
His brain must be working so fast. He saw someone is in trouble there and he came like...
Comes down to it.
Bro, that's why they say gamers, they're so sharp.
저희를 믿어주신 모든
Like you need to be
분들
sharp, you look there.
감사드리겠습니다.
That's crazy. They won against China, BLG.
여러분을 위한 것입니다.
He's got no life. No life. Like he doesn't have a life.
Yo!
He's living on reserve. I'm seeing somebody who's going to train for this. After we are done here, he's got a reserve tank on his. No one's going to.
Coming.
How does he keep doing it?
If you keep running, the life recharges.
With the power buff, one of is dead. It's only Knights left to defend his base. His crumbling kingdom at the hands of T1. An inhibitor will fall. T1 sent us into the Nexus.
Knight goes in with the spear and rush line to charm as well. The first Nexus tower.
1v4, it's impossible.
I'm just looking for the prize. They're hungry.
Hey, BLG on, BLG on. World champions. That must be nice. I'm seeing Colin going to find all the League of Legends tonight. Bro, I played once. You played once? How was it?
I didn't understand that now.
Now you understand it.
No, you're like, try again.
3 world finals in a row for this roster. 2 of them victories, Vegas.
T1 had won their 5th World Championship title, with Faker making 2 diabolical plays back-to-back 1 minute apart that were both completely game-changing. These are hands down some of the best plays of his 11-year career. It's no surprise that he would receive his 2nd MVP award as a result, making him the only player to achieve that as well. I can only imagine what it must have been like for BLG, who had 2 game-winning situations backfire so badly in such a small amount of time. Before moving on, we need to go back to these 2 plays though. There's no doubt that Faker was the star of the show here. In both situations, he made the play that led to T1 winning the tournament. Both of these plays though only worked because of the incredible teamwork from T1. When Faker flashed in 3v4, his team was right there with him, no hesitation. Throughout the tournament, every member of the team made plays that showed just how strong this team was, which is why many people consider this to be the best roster ever. When Faker ulted in 2v4 with Zeus, it was almost a 2v5 situation. The casters missed it due to the chaos, but Knight was teleporting in. Kiria managed to cancel it in mid lane with Poppy's ult. This cancel was just as game-winning as Faker's decision to ult in. Zeus and Faker almost killed Elk right at the start with a Gragas Galio combo. Faker managed to snipe Elk with Galio's Q. When Faker was coming out of stasis from his own stopwatch, he used E to perfectly dodge Jarvan's EQ combo. Not only that, before going into stasis, he used Q on himself, meaning that Bin tanked the full damage of Q, waiting for the stasis.
But he was doing it in real time very fast.
The very same E that was used to dodge Jarvan's combo also killed Bin. When the play started, Gumayushi and Owner had both started rotating the top lane immediately, and they barely made it in time to get Faker out alive. Even though this ridiculous play started as a 2v4, potentially a 2v5 situation, every member of the team would end up doing something to help turn the game around. The call was made and the team worked together to create one of the most exciting sequences ever to end a Worlds final during the most viewed esports event in history, which also resulted in their 5th Worlds Championship win and Faker's legacy becoming even more unbelievable.
Based on those cast by a panel of experts, each representing the regions competing at Worlds this year, your 2024 Oppo MVP is...
Faker.
Faker!
MVP. So this is for Asia mostly. The Oppo finals. The Oppo events. Oh, there was America, but they didn't make it to the even semi-finals.
Faker, congratulations on a second MVP trophy. The first one was in 2016. You're the first player to achieve this.
And now, one last roaring time for T1 as they lift the trophy again as your 2024 League of Legends World Champions.
Champion of that specific.
During the 4th game of the final series, Faker also got his 500th kill on the world stage, making him the first player to do so. The next closest to this is Deft, who at the time had 405 kills total. The theme for the Worlds tournament was Heavy is the Crown. Well, apparently the trophy is too, because Zayas bonked himself on the head with it while celebrating. Thankfully, he was okay. The reason I'm mentioning it is that you can see Owner burst out laughing while Faker checks to see if he's alright. I just thought it was cool to see the players interacting like that on the world stage after fighting so hard to get that victory. T1's run during Worlds 2024 was one of the best of all time, and seeing Faker lift the Summoner's Cup for the 5th time after putting on such a display of skill just felt right. I'm curious, what did you think about Worlds 2024? For me personally, I think T1 versus Gen G and the final series was some of the most fun I've ever had watching a league event. If you watched Worlds, what was your favorite part? Let me know down below. Before finishing up, I wanted to take a moment to thank you all for supporting the channel. Every like or comment really does go a long way, and as always, thank you for watching.
That's why he's everything! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
The guy was talking about LeBron James on that clip.
Oh.
Nah, he was talking about Faker.
That means
GOAT! You already know.
On that video, he's talking about Faker.
Okay.
Don't know LeBron, we just know Faker.
This video was good. Like the way he was explaining in the video.
For sure, you get the concept.
Yeah, you can understand it. And when I was thinking the cop, are they called commentators?
Yeah.
They are fast. Like
how do they see? Because they are saying me.
They're also looking at the screen, right?
Experience.
What is it?
Experience for
Yeah.
sure. You need to be fast,
Yeah.
like very fast, cause yeah.
Apart from the commentator, the players, the way they spot like someone is in trouble. You know, there's a small map there, so they see that. They see that in real time. That person is in trouble and no one is there. Like, I need to go and help him, and I think that's like Faker, bro.
Bro,
Like,
he freezes himself and unfreezes himself for seconds. Fake.
Hey.
not only experience, but talent. Talent. Because if you could be experienced, everyone could win that.
Even
Like,
talent.
After 10 years, everyone
Even talent.
Yeah.
Hard work beats talent, so they've been training for years.
Yeah.
It's true, but also
But then they
talent.
combine talent and hard work.
And that's why, like, the guy keeps winning again and again. 5 times. No one has ever done that.
Work, bro. Like, you have to, even if you lose, you get back up.
True.
Hey. Wow.
Yeah, as I said, I have to read the comments. There's a lot of very interesting comments on the video we did last time. So League of Legends has been there for years, but these people came and changed the game, right? They came and changed the game. That means like people have been playing it for more than years and years.
Yeah,
but
because
now
they just say the T1. There was T1 before Fakers.
Yeah.
And they won like 9 times.
And Telecom, T1, SK Telecom. So these are huge companies. They see opportunity and they invest in these players.
Yeah, it's like labels for artists.
SK, that's I feel like a telephone company. SK or so.
Yeah, SK. Then Samsung.
Mm-hmm.
There.
Red Bull sponsoring them.
Oppo.
Oppo, Red Bull, a lot of sponsors. Alright, so somebody say OMG T1 video. Alright, Samika Singer say it's so interesting, but this is really a career path. And esports, aka electronic sports, a form of competition, particularly between professional players using video games, is most popular in the United States, China, South Korea, Sweden, and Denmark. I usually didn't know my country, the US, had the largest esports industry out of any country, because the first I found out about esports was when I watched a C-drama that was focused around it. I think even that event was in the US, if I'm not mistaken. The event, World Champion, I think, I'm not sure. Because depending on the audience, I was seeing the audience, most of them, the whites. I know there were people holding the Korean, what to say, banners and yeah. But also I feel like there was a lot of white guys and stuff. I'm not sure, maybe it was held somewhere else. Alright, so it said about a C-drama that was focused around it. I thought it was so interesting, and it also led me to believe it was most popular in Asian countries, especially China, but I was partially wrong. Also, one of the C-dramas that was on the poll that came in second was Falling Into Your Smile, which is about esports. It would be nice to see your reactions to it, but of course you probably won't watch it, at least right now, since it didn't win the poll, sadly. Yeah, Falling Into a Smile, it's also about some esports. I think we saw the TikToks back in the days, they're like playing games and stuff, so apparently it was number 2 in the poll.
It was in Germany.
It was in Germany.
France, England.
The final.
Oh, final?
Yeah, because our usual was the final. London, UK. No, that was in UK. Alright. Now you say, I think when they finish, when they fly towards you, Falling Into Your Smile could win. I would love to see them react to that. Well, hopefully. Amanda Verse say, let's freaking go. T1 and LOL content. Lenny, you should react to Riot officials music too, like KDA, Hardstyle, etc. Well, one day. Somebody say, please reaction to Faker Hall of Legends. Someone say, can you guys react to Arcane? It's an animated show based on League of Legends. It's so good and totally deserves to be watched. Well, why don't you guys get into the poll? Oh, that's an anime. Okay. Ira says, it's odd when you first see it, but I never knew about esports even existing, much less as a job to make money off until I traveled to Korea. LOL is probably League of Legends. It's probably the most popular game in that country. This is really how people make money. T1 is an amazing team. Well, I agree with you, man. I remember like the other day we were watching, was it Run BTS or Run Jin, and Jin was talking about League of Legends, playing all the time. So everyone, I think, loves to play that game. Everyone who loves to play games in Korea. And you know, like the concept of gaming, I feel like it differs. I think it's ignorance. In our country, bro, people think like playing Assassin's Creed, those games were like the point of view mostly it's like this, and it's like missions, you know. They think like those are more popular, those kind of games, they think like that's cool. But for other people, I've come to discover like gaming is a little bit different.
Minecraft.
Like you see on the top, even the games they play in Run BTS, those type of games, like they're just different type of games, which is very interesting. To be a real gamer, like I feel like you need to know how to play all those type of games, which will be very interesting.
Professional.
Yeah, a pro gamer. Alright, and then Salwana says you guys really need to watch Faker more and T1. Yeah, and then Kathy says LOL is a really popular esports. Also winning in world championship or even playing it professionally is really hard. Since your hands have to move really fast on keyboard, your reaction time should be fast. The pro players practice every day relentlessly, leading to many of them having wrist injuries or some problem with hands that reduces their typing and reaction speed, leading them to retire at early age from the sports. It's not easy. It's not easy. Many esports players start very young in teen years and gradually retire at 23 to 24.
Very early.
You see, good luck's age, 25.
That's
25, right? How old is he? 24, 25? 24. You were born in 2000, not 2001, right?
2000, I'm turning 25.
Now it's...
I'm turning 25.
You're 25.
You said yourself from that one.
Alright,
Blah,
alright. Like, so it means like, Good luck would have already retired last year.
Yeah.
Eh?
I want to be born again now.
What?
This country is just...
oh my God.
Because we can't do it for a very long time.
You've already made a buck. You're making a lot of money. You've made a lot of money from it.
Hands. Injure your hands, yeah. But at least good luck. What about me? Retired 2 years ago. I'm 26. Anyway, yeah. So they say 24 plus is considered quite old in the esports cycle. And basically the wrists are prone to injury real quick. Plus they have to do gym and physiotherapy every day since they are literally on computers for 19 something hours. So it's definitely not an easy thing, for sure. That's why we saw that when we say that's not normal. When their reaction time are very fast, more than a normal human being. It takes relentlessly hours and efforts and skills. So not everyone can do that. Faker is 21, they say 20. Wait, I think there's a comment that will say 21, 22. I'm not sure. We'll find the comments. I'm not sure. I think I saw it. 21, 22. The other video we were watching the other day.
28, bro.
He's 28, Faker.
Is Faker?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 28.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
He's beating the odds.
Beating the odds, yeah? He's still winning champions, the MVP. That's crazy.
And he's not retired yet. It
Right.
started way back, 2013. If he would have been 21, that would have, he was like probably 6 years old or something.
Okay, so T1 versus JDG Worlds 2023 teaser. T1 WG Worlds. What is this? Oh, it's a request. You can watch the drama falling into your smile. It's about esports. I think you'll like it. Hopefully after we're done with when I fall into you, when I fly towards you. Alright. That was a nice video, man.
Yeah.
Very nice. Again, you got to learn games. There's a lot of games, bro. I know there's tournaments for FIFA and everything, but I feel like the fandoms right there, like this has one of the biggest fandoms. I'm not sure. You need to go.
Trust me.
Please search Google. What's the biggest?
They just said
game
here in
fan?
this video that last year's final was the most watched esport game
Ever in
Yeah.
history. approximately 7 million views real time. So I feel like it has a lot of like fans.
What did you want to say?
FIFA.
No.
What is it?
Yes.
LOL.
Yes, bro. LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is LOL.
League of Legends.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright guys.
It's been a long time, since 2009.
It's been the most...
It started from 2009, yeah.
Yeah, FIFA has been there since before. But still people choose this because I feel like there's a lot to it, and as you keep watching it, you'll keep discovering it. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you again next time. Thank you so much to Emilia. Without you, man, I don't think we'll even know what's going on in the industry, gaming industry, and the franchise of League of Legends. So we really thank you so much, and we'll see you again next time. Hopefully, stay safe, stay tuned. Peace out.